Good afternoon, YouTube. Sending loads of love to you, especially all the family. Just been chemist and got cough mixture and some vitamins for the immune system and all that, right? Because I left it for about 4 days. Have you noticed my voice? Look, I wonder what that is. I ain't had a throat like that before. But anyway, this one's a bit of a sad one coming up now. So, where do we start? We start at the venue, Richmond. The place, a jewellery shop called Kettles. The owner, come worker, Oliver White, right? So a couple of geezers, unmasked, barefaced, watches the jewellery shop, how it works, who's going to be there, different times, different days, etc. Right? 3 days of watching. They're on camera watching, right? Their day comes, I think it's on a Saturday or the weekend, or yeah, around about that time, or a day, sorry, I don't know if it was actually Saturday or Monday, but it sounds like it was a Saturday to me because the normal rules and procedure of this high valued gem jewelry shop of some real tip-top watches amongst other things, where you sit around a table with the worker if you're a prospective buyer and pick and choose and try things on. Most will know how it works. So it's a high value place. On this particular day, the rules appear to have been broken. When there's one person in the shop, you're not allowed to open certain things and not allowed to sit around the table with someone without another staff present. No, there's certain rules that go with such a big company, security-wise, and it would seem, not saying it's definite, but it would seem that Oliver White, hard worker, young-looking geezer with a lovely fiance and parents and all that as well, just wants to work and build up the shop and bring it as far as he can. So he's probably doing extra hours probably during that time, surmising again, right? Now, so on that day, this fateful day, they go in, they try and on watches the robbers, right? So they've gone really to do a robbery, fair to say, like I've just said, but hey, something else to this. They try on the watches, sort of things and all that. One of them pushes Mr. White back while the other one's taking a lot of valued watches, over 1.52 million, allegedly, right? And he tries to have a little go back, Mr. White, bless him, and allegedly gets put in a chokehold and, a bit uncomfortable, that kind of stuff, right? Obviously left shocked. They get away. Well, with those kind of pictures loud and clear for the whole world to see, you won't be getting far unless you are going to be jumping on a plane and getting the hell out of it. Because if you've got any previous, well planned for you to do it brazenly with your face like that and not take all the security stuff, the cameras and all that, means probably you might not have previous convictions, make it difficult, but there'll be someone who probably knows you. And because of the tragedy surrounding this case, what I'm about to tell you. So they get away. He's left shocked, Oliver White, right? And goes home, stays hurt. Could be that he could, just not setting the cat amongst the pigeons here, but it could be that he feels he might have let the company down by not following procedure to, the security arrangements, to how the shops run, and, taking a chance in working on his own and, breaking a couple of rules that he probably would never do. But, it could be, right? Because the next bit, the day after the robbery, right, you listening, he commits suicide. In my mind, for such a hard-working man, right, who's going to be sadly missed by many, it could be that because he feels like he failed the company. Yeah, because remember, he did have a go back. It could be because he failed the company and feels that he let people down. And, all right, shock from the trauma of the robbery, even though he had a go and tried his best to, not give over the things too easy on behalf of the company of the jewelers, Kettles, right? For him to commit suicide, I can't think of another reason. unless of course it's trauma and shock and hurt still and blah, blah. I wouldn't go along with that thing, but I'm not trying to solve a case here. But it would seem that he wore his heart on his sleeve and feels that by breaking the rules and not listening properly and, took it upon himself to, make a decision that day, believing that on behalf of the company, that he was going to make a couple of good sales and bring some money in, some currency, and help move the company forward. And for all intents and purposes, this is a very, very sad case. I've got to be honest with you. And the effects, obviously, on the families and his missus, who's posted out already. I was meant to do this video yesterday, right? Look, I was a criminal in my life. Many of us did. And you don't go on those stealing missions to kill anyone. But the effects of what you do when you go and do these crimes is that it could lead to something like this. Now, the other thing is Jim Davison's, I hear, he's made a video calling them scumbags. I'm not going to call people names. But, does it change because it would have been robbery? Now the victims died the next day by way of his own hand, so it seems. It becomes an aggravating feature if they ever get arrested for the robbery, because their talk will be in the Crown Court that will the victim commit suicide the next day. Will they be able to charge them with murder? No. I'll tell you why. Because they didn't go there with the intention of murdering him that day. But I believe there is a clause somewhere in this legality. But I'm of the belief, I'll go with the safe option for now until we all check. But I'm of the belief that it adds to the aggravating features, which say you get, for that kind of robbery, really, you're looking 15 to 18, right? Definitely, right? Definitely, because high value, pre-planned. With those aggravating features, then you'd be looking probably 20, 22, possibly you'd be known for armed robberies or robberies to get life. Robbery carries life, actually. I'm not sure if some of you realise that, or have I got that right? Robbery is the most you can get for robbery is life imprisonment. I knew a man when I was little, right, who got nicked for about 20 robberies and he got lifed off. He got his appeal, got knocked down to 10, but I'm sure you can get a life sentence for robbery and the aggravating features will be that plus the value of the money. But no, answering you lot's question, who asked me to do this video, I'm of the belief that he can't get charged. They can't get charged with murder, but manslaughter. Interesting one, but really we send our respects and prayers and light to the victim, of course, for whatever he was feeling. I think more than likely I might have hit a nail somewhere. But the family and his fiancée that wake up to somebody committing crime. And like we talked on the train thing the other day when a man got knocked over by the train, the kind of things that can go badly wrong doing those crimes. Much love. I'll be up in a little while.